Senate Democrats appear to have given up on their Christmas wish, having President Joe Biden's spending legislation passed before the holidays. After months of negotiations, Democrats were unable to reach a consensus on the size and scope of the Build Back Better Act by their latest self-imposed deadline of Christmas. Instead, Democratic leaders suggested they wanted to shift their focus to voting rights legislation, acknowledging the spending bill had stalled.
Now on voting rights. Madam President, as we continue working to bring the Senate to a position where we can move forward on Build Back Better, Senate Democrats have spent the past few weeks engaged in a separate discussion on addressing another critical and urgent priority: protecting the right to vote and safeguarding our elections.
Opposition from moderate Democratic Senators Joe Manchin and Kyrsten Sinema kept the party from reaching an agreement on what should end up in the final spending bill. Republicans continued to hammer Build Back Better as an irresponsible proposal, even after it became clear the bill likely wouldn't pass this year.
Republicans don't oppose Democrats' tax and spending spree just because it would cost a lot of money or drive up our national debt. It would do both of those things, of course, with negative consequences for our economy and the prosperity of American families. And the negative economic consequences alone are sufficient reason to oppose Democrats' Build Back Bankrupt plan. But it's a lot more than just about excessive spending. With their Build Back Bankrupt plan, Democrats envision a society in which government is intimately involved in nearly every aspect of Americans' life.
The pivot to voting legislation comes after congressional Democrats failed earlier this year to get a voting rights bill over the finish line. Democrats need to get at least 10 Republicans on board with voting legislation thanks to the filibuster and their narrow majority. And virtually all Republicans oppose what Democrats have put forward so far. Senate Democrats have vowed to continue pushing for Build Back Better after the holiday, even though Manchin and Sinema still have little incentive to cave to liberals' demands. Sarah Westwood for the Washington Examiner.